हे नमस्कार एवरीवन। सो कैसे हो आप लोग? आई विश एंड आई होप यू आर डूइंग परफेक्टली फाइन। बी सेफ एंड बी जॉयफुल। बी सेफ, बी जॉयफुल। चलो आ जाओ, शुरू करते हैं। ओके, सो सॉरी, यू आर टॉकिंग इंग्लिश। फाइन, यस। सो व्हाट वी वर डिस्कसिंग इज वी आर इन class 6 physics. We were in second chapter, physical quantity and measurement. We were in second chapter, physical quantity and measurement. This is our lecture 5. Previously what we have done is we have already discussed about measurement of length. Means what are different units used to measure length. We saw that the SI unit is meter, and then we have some multiple units of meter and sub multiples. Multiples means bigger than meter, and sub multiple means units which are smaller than meter. And then we saw how do we actually measure length with the help of a scale. We saw all that. But now we'll move on to the next physical quantity, which is related to mass. And do you remember that we have already discussed that we have 4 fundamental physical quantities: length, mass, time, and temperature. These are 4 fundamental physical quantity. Fundamental. By fundamental, what we mean is that they are not related to each other in any way whatsoever. There is no relation between length and mass, no relation between mass and time, no relation between temperature and time and anything. Hence they are fundamental. This we have discussed. Now we move on to mass. Today we'll discuss all about mass, and then in the coming lectures we'll discuss about time and temperature accordingly. I hope I'm clear. Chalo, now today's goal is measurement of mass. We'll start with the study of measurement of mass. Let's start. Okay, चलिए यही शुरू करते हैं. Let's start. Different unit of mass. See, we have already discussed in previous lectures that we have 3 system of units. We have 3 system of units. We have 3 system of units. They are namely, what are they? First one is SI system. This is also known as MKS. This is also known as MKS system, and in this system the mass is measured in kilogram, which is abbreviated as kg. Number 2, in CGS system, mass is measured in terms of gram, abbreviated by small g. And the third system, which is the foot pound system, second system, in this mass is measured in terms of pound, symbol LB. These things we have already discussed. Now this is important to us, that the SI unit is kg, CGS is gram, FP is A. Now let's move on to what we say multiple units of mass. Multiple unit of mass means units greater than kilogram, units greater than kg. Fine. Now, okay, among these multiple units we have to study 2. Number 1 is what is called quintal. Quintal. And number 2 is what we say metric ton. Metric ton. These two units are units of mass which are multiple unit of mass, means greater than kg. Means 1 quintal and 1 metric ton both are greater than kg. दोनों ही kg से बड़ा है, क्विंटल भी metric ton भी. Do you get the point? Great. And 1 quintal is bigger. Obviously 1 quintal is bigger. How much bigger? Is equals to 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. Means 100 kg when combined together will make 1 quintal. So please box this relation and keep it with you. 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. And similarly, please note that 1 metric ton is actually 1 metric ton is obviously bigger unit, but 1 metric ton is actually equals to 10 quintal. 1 metric ton is equals to 10 quintal. But at the same time, just note that 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. And over here we have 10 quintal. Then 10 quintal will be equals to 10 into 100 kg. This will become... What to say now? I don't have any space also. Okay, fine. Now note that 1 metric ton is equals to 10 quintal. So can I not write like this? 10 into 1 quintal. The things which we have done in case of length, जब हम लोग length का काम करते थे, this can be written as 10 into 1 quintal. But 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. So can I not write 100 in 10 into 100 kg? That is equals to 1000 kg. I hope it's visible. Yes, it's visible. So what can we say is 1 metric ton is equals to 1000 kg. So these three relations, this and this, आपको याद होना चाहिए. You must remember this relation. That quintal and metric ton are bigger than kg. 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. 1 metric is equals to 10 quintal, which is equals to 100,000 kg. I hope it clear. Please note this. Please write all this in your exercise book. Chalo, we'll move to the next slide. Okay, chalo, come. Let's move on to the next slide. What we'll discuss over here is sub-multiple units of mass. That is, sub means chota. That is units which are less than kg. Fine. Over here also we need to remember two units. One is pound, P-O-U-N-D, pound, which is represented by symbol LB, and another one is gram, which also happens to be the CGS unit of mass. This is the FPS unit, CGS unit. Fine. Now these units are less than kg. These units are less than kg, and it is found that 1 gram is less. How much less? 1000 times less than kg. 1 gram is 1000 times less than kg. 1 gram is 1000 times less than kg. See, whenever we talk about less, it has to be divided. A quantity, if is it less, it has to be divided. So 1 gram is less, means 1 by 1000 times kg. Or in other words, you can also rewrite this as, or 1 gram is 1000 times less. In other words, we can say 1 kg is equals to 1000 gram. You can also remember this also, no problem. Fine. I hope it's clear, very much clear. Fine. Now, another unit submultiple is pound, and it is found that 1 pound is equals to 463.59. I forgot, completely forgot. Let me recollect once. I don't know actually. 153.63 approximately itna gram. 453.63. No, I don't think. It's actually 59.59 gram. 1 pound is equals to 453.59 gram. I hope this is clear. I hope this is right. So, we have these three relations. Pounds and grams are submultiple units of mass. Less than 1 gram is equals to 1000 times less than gram, and 1 pound is equals to 5 something gram. Whew. What nonsense? 453 or 5? I don't remember actually. Okay, we'll see. I'll just rectify it necessary. Chalo, this is fine. We're done. So okay. So to give a summary. So just to give a summary, what can we say? How much space do I have? I have enough space. So just to give a summary, we can say that different units of mass are kg is the SI unit. This is the SI unit. Above it we have two units which are quintal and metric ton. And below this we have two units which are pound, lb, pound and gram. Pound and gram. And it's very easy that 1 metric ton is equals to 10 quintal, which is equals to 1000 kg. 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. 1 pound is equals to, अरे भैया I forgot or what? अभी तो किए सब लोग. 1 metric ton is equals to 10 quintal, which is equals to 1000 kg. 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. And similarly, these are smaller units. 1 pound is equals to 453.59 gram, and 1 gram is equals to 1 by 1000 kg. These things you must remember. These all things you must remember. Fine. So what we have discussed so far is we have discussed what are the different units of mass. SI unit is kg, units greater than kg and units less than kg. Now what we'll discuss is how to actually measure mass. How do we actually measure mass? So please complete this. We'll move on to the next slide. Okay, so we'll move on to the next part of the segment. Next segment of the video, where we'll discuss devices used to measure mass. Just like the device which is used to measure length is a meter scale or a measuring tape. Do you recall anything, or you forgot everything? The device which is used to measure length, meter scale or measuring tape. Similarly, we want to study about the device used to measure mass. We have two devices which we want to study about. First is a physical balance and next is a electronic balance. First we'll start with the physical balance. Let's give a basic representation of a physical balance. तो देखते हैं physical balance देखने में होता कैसा है. It's very simple. Over here you have a straight beam of rod. What is this actually? This is actually a beam of rod. Beam of rod. It's actually a beam of rod. See, best thing is you better write with the video only. That is the best thing to do, I feel. As you go through the video, you take your exercise book and write it down. It will be better. I feel that is better. Let's see. This is a beam of rod. Now, the beam of rod in the center, in its center, we have something called pointer. This is the pointer. P-O-I-N-T-E-R, pointer. It can move in this fashion. It can rotate in this fashion. This pointer can rotate in this fashion. And then over here, suppose this is the fixed support. Support to hold. This is the support to hold the balance. Hold the balance. Means it's something like this, and you hold it. This is this handle. You can see the handle given so that you can just hold it, hold the balance together. Fine. So this is clear now. Now, at the end of the rod, this is a straight rod. At the end of these rod, we have, what we have is this. We have a pan attached to it. Fine. And similarly over here also we have a pan which is fixed over here. It is fixed over here. It is fixed over here. Or just to make it more fanciful, what you can do is you can put like this. It becomes more sundar. It becomes very fancy. Now, this is right, left. This is the left pan. This is the right pan. Fine? Fine. Now, just point out some things is, if this is the center O, the distance of this fixed point, this is fixed point, fixed. This is also fixed. Means these points cannot move. They cannot move. ये फिक्स है, यहीं पर रहेगा. उसको बांध दिया गया रस्सी से. Now, the distance of these fixed points from the center is all the same. If this distance is d, then this distance will also be d. The horizontal distance of the fixed point, please try to understand. The horizontal distance. Oh, एक बात clear करते हैं हम. If a distance is measured along this line, straight line, it's called horizontal line. Whereas this line is called a vertical line. Please remember this. This is a vertical line and this is a horizontal line. If you are standing, if a person is standing in this fashion, then distance along the height is called vertical. Distance along the perpendicular to the horizontal. I hope this is clear to you. What is horizontal distance and what is vertical distance? ठीक है. So ये जो fixed point है, इस point से distance of the fixed point from the pointer, distance of the fixed point from the pointer on either side, both the side is the same. If this distance is 5 centimeter, then this distance will also be 5 centimeter. And at the same time, the length of the strings used to hold the pan, length of the strings used to hold the pan is also same for both left and right pan. The length of the string used to hold the pan is also same. Is it clear? And these two pans are identical. The pans are identical. Identical means एकदम same है देखने में. Everything is same about them. There's geometry, there's shape and size. Everything is same. I hope this much is clear. And how do you actually measure? Now please understand. How do we actually measure? Suppose you want to measure 5 kg of mangoes. Since it's summer season, you want to measure 5 kg of mangoes. Then obviously you have seen something like this. It is like this, and over here it's written 5 kg. This is the standard you get in market. This is the standard thing. Now what the grocer or the shopkeeper does is, he'll place this in one pan, he'll place this in one pan, and then he'll start putting mangoes in the other pan. He'll put the amount or the mass to be measured in one pan, and then he'll start putting mangoes on the other pan. Only when this pointer comes to a still position, if this pointer comes to a still position, then the amount of mangoes in the left pan becomes same as that of the right pan. I hope it's clear. Nothing else. This mass is kept in one pan, and he starts keeping mangoes. Then this pointer starts coming to this back to its original configuration. When the pointer comes to still in a vertical position, then the mass in 2 becomes the same. I hope it's clear. Okay, I'll just write it down something. We'll get it done with it. We'll just go through it once. I'll just read it. We'll just go through it once. It consists of a straight beam of rod, which is usually made of wood or metal. Next, a support in the middle. This is the support in the middle to hold the physical. I'm so sorry. This is called physical balance also, or beam balance also. You can call it physical balance also, beam balance also. Both are same. Physical balance or beam balance, both are the same. Slight variations are there, but we'll leave it for the time being. Okay. With a support in the middle to hold the beam balance or physical balance. And then we also have a pointer. In the middle. This pointer will indicate which side is heavier. If suppose you have, just for time being, suppose you have placed 6 kilos over here and 4 kilos over here, this side is heavier, then this pointer will turn in this direction. If suppose you have placed 40 kilos and over here 30 kilos, then this side is heavier, then this pointer will tilt towards this side. And when the pointer rests in vertical position, it means both the weights are balanced. Both sides has the same weight. Then two identical pans. These two pans must be identical, means they must be same. The pans are suspended by strings of equal length. These pans are suspended. Suspended मतलब लटकाया गया है. Suspended. These pans are suspended with the help of these strings. Now the length of this string in both the pan length of the strings in both the pans are equal. This is what has been mentioned in fifth point. And finally, the pans are at the same horizontal distance from the pointer. If this is the pointer, the distance of the left pan from the pointer is same as the distance of the right pan from the pointer. The distance of the left pan from the pointer is same as the horizontal distance of the right pan from the pointer. All this for our physical balance and beam balance. Now we'll study about electronic balance. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, finally. Now we'll move on to the last topic of the lecture class, that is the electronic balance. We'll move on to the last topic of the class, which is electronic balance. Now see, whenever we use this physical balance or beam balance, in this case, first of all, if you want to hold the physical balance or the beam balance, you must have a huge amount of muscle strength with you. If you don't have that, how will you hold it? So in using physical balance or beam balance becomes a bit tedious task to do, and at the same time there's a problem with the accuracy of it. To some extent it may be okay, but now if you want to get a result which is very accurate, very accurate, then this can be done with the help of electronic balance. Because for electronic balance, the accuracy and the precision with which the measurement is done is very good. It's really good. So the electronic balance, to get a very precise and accurate measurement, we use electronic balance, and moreover it is convenient to use. It's very easy to use. It's very easy. Let's draw a representation of electronic balance. This is the top part, this is the side view, this is the side view, this is the side view. Okay, let's try to understand what I am doing. Over here you have the signal given, something gram will be written over here, G. Over here you have a start button, start. Over here you have another button, reset, and many more depending upon what kind of use you use. This part of the electronic balance is called the signal conditioner. The signal conditioner means this part displays you the value of measurement. This part of the beam balance displays you the value of measurement. And at the top you will have a place something like this. This is called the load structure. It's called the load structure. Means this is the place where the matter whose mass is to be measured is placed on this. Fine. Now how it actually works, let's try to understand. Suppose I want to measure the mass of this pen. I'll place it over here on the load structure. As I place it on the load structure, there is something called the, where's my pen, blue pen. Okay. There's something inside the electronic balance which is called the load battery. The load battery. the load or the mass structure. The load or the mass which is placed on the beam balance, electronic balance, with the help of load battery, it is converted into electrical signal, and then this electrical signal is shown on the signal conditioner. The mass which is placed on the load structure with the help of load battery is converted into electrical signal, and which is shown on the, over here you have start button, reset button, do whatever you want to do. Other functions are also there. Just for the sake of simplicity, I just shown start, reset. Once you want to start, measure the mass, 20 grams. Then you reset it, you go continue. Fine. This is the way it works. Okay, we'll just end it with this last discussion, that what are the main components of electronic balance. The main components. First is the load structure. The load structure. What is it actually? It is the low mass or load holding structure. It is the mass or load holding structure. It is a place where the load of an object is, or where any object is placed, which transfers the load to the load battery or cell, and this load is then transferred to the load battery. Then this first is the load structure, second is the load cell or load battery. Then this load battery converts the load into electrical signal. It converts the load into electrical signal. And then finally we have the third part, which is the signal conditioner. The signal conditioner, what it does, the electrical signal produced by the load battery, it processes the electrical signal and displays the value of measurement. It processes the electrical signal and displays the value of measurement. It's very simple भैया, 3 पार्ट का बना हुआ है. First is the load structure. When any object is, it is a load holding device which transfers the load to the battery. This battery converts the load into electrical signal. And this electrical signal is processed by the signal conditioner and the value of measurement is shown. Fine. So what did we discuss today? We discussed about the measurement of mass, what are the different units of mass, and then what are the devices which are used to measure mass, namely the physical balance and the electronic balance. I hope you're done with it. You're done. Fine? Sure. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day ahead.